Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the 2017 DreamWorks animation feature film, co-produced by 20th Century Fox, back when it was still alive. Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. And I'm pretty sure it's the last epic movie because it's been 7 years and I have not heard a buzz about when this sequel is supposed to be coming out, if a sequel's coming out. So Kevin Hart is one of the main kids. Thomas Middleditch is another main kid. Harold and George, there we go. Ed Helms is the voice of Captain Underpants / their Principal Krupp. And so I never read the books as a kid. I know, obviously, the best-selling books. I think my brother maybe had one when we were younger, but we never really got into those books. And I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of kids got into the books, and it's a very recognizable cartoon character, much like how Greg Heffley is a very, very recognizable cartoon character. I am obsessed with the Wimpy Kid books. I love Greg Heffley. I love his sarcasm. I love his snarkiness. The snarkasm. The snarkastic character development is my all-time favorite. That's why Axel Heck and Greg Heffley are just perfect characters. Axel Heck from the middle, Greg Heffley from Wimpy Kid. So when I've never seen this film, and I was very interested back when it first came out, but I never went to see it. And then now that it's currently on Netflix, I've been doing a mini animation / DreamWorks marathon thrown in the mix. I was like, this is on my list. Let's watch it. So 2017, Captain Underpants. Let's go. So it's an hour, 40 minutes, something like that. And it is so entertaining. It's got parts of middle school, worst days of my life. It has worst years of my life. It has parts of Wimpy Kid. It's very much Max Keeble's Big Move. It's all the middle school movies that I've praised. I've never talked about Max Keeble. We got to talk about Max Keeble. But I love that middle school aesthetic. Then Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. It's just that middle school aesthetic when you're trying to figure out what the hell you want to do with life as your body is physically changing. And you're like, what the hell's going on with my body? What do I want to do? Who do I want to be? Who am I? What is life? It's just such a quintessential existential crisis moment. One of the first of many. And it's funny because it happens to everybody at any given point in middle school. And this film was very much that. These two characters, George and Harold, best friends since kindergarten. The Principal Krupp is just a horrible person. He confiscates their Captain Underpants comics constantly. You know, one of them draws, the other one writes the story. And as they tell the story, it's just so vivid and so imaginative and so entertaining. And somehow they have a ring, a hypnotist ring thrown in the mix and playfully hypnotize the principal. And then in a snap, he could turn into Captain Underpants, mind-wise, not superhero-wise. And then when he gets hit with water, he goes back to principal state. So the whole film is that happening, but a supervillain emerges as a science teacher, creating monster toilets. And what is the monster slime a part of that can create these monster super, powered toilets? Well, obviously the slime can affect, a human as well, turning Captain Underpants into actual Captain Underpants. It's wild, bro. The funniest moment where I laughed out loud is there's a moment going on where Harold and George are about to be separated in their class, and they're threatened with being separated, and they can't be separated because they've been in the same class since kindergarten, and they want nothing to do without each other. They absolutely love each other. Best bros till the end. And there's a Best Bro I Love You song at the end, which is just absolutely hysterical, and I absolutely love it. And Weird Al has a song in this as well, which is awesome. There is now this is all 3D animation, right? There's 2D drawings here and there, in regards to the comic aspect, but this is a 3D animated feature film. There is a live action puppet scene of the two of them as sock puppets retelling each other a story of how when they're older, because they're no longer friends because they've been separated in the class, they're going to pass each other in the mall and go up different escalators, and then this Turtle of Truth character is coming about with the nanny cam destroying them all. Bro, it's all live action, and then the turtle is all stop motion, and I could not contain my laughter because I didn't expect it. It was like a fever dream. It's like when you're watching Adventure Time for the first time, and you don't know what to expect. And you're like, bro, what in the hell is going on right now? This is just wild. That's how I felt. I felt like I was watching Adventure Time for the first time again, and I remember distinctly watching Adventure Time for the first time because I was sick. And I was watching it, and I was too lazy to grab my remote, and it happened to be, now this is years ago. This was when cable was a thing. This is when you had to change a channel with a remote. wild times, right? Wild West times. And I didn't want to get up to get the remote to change it, and I happened to be on Cartoon Network when the TV turned on, and I was like, it is what it is. And I watched like 6 hours of a marathon of Adventure Time, and I was just like, wild. And that's exactly what this puppet scene, this hand puppet scene, this sock puppet scene reminded me of, was that first viewing going bro wild. It was like a fever dream. This had great songs in it. It had musical numbers, random, had a lot of, the soundtrack was incredible. It was wild. I don't understand why it wasn't as popular as it should have been. And I don't know why it's taken me this long. It's taken me 6 years to actually watch this. This came out in 2017. This is an awesome film. And Kevin Hart and Tom Middleditch voicing friends, the rapid fire of compliments or disagreements or something, or brainstorming that the two of them have together is so cool. Because it's very hard to do that with someone. And the two of them do it very well. So it's very believable in regards to having animated characters doing their stuff on film. So 2017, Captain Underpants, excuse me. The first epic film. Absolutely incredible. On to the next review. Mahalo.